It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It's Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
On 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing is Jackson. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. And the Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9. Here's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
To throw, it's Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
No score after one on EA Sports. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. More there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
First down, Buffalo.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Allen going to keep it again. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Allen now looks to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up third down.
This now a 3rd and 4. Now Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they picked up 5, needed 4. So to me, you know what that translates back to? Situational football and how they've been teaching it probably since OTAs and minicamps. Going over situations, know what you need, and find a way to get it.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Bills go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And it's 7-0 Buffalo.
It's the score. Bills 7, Eagles nothing.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
To throw is Jackson. This short throw caught by Goddard. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down and 3. Now it's Jackson. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 28. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Brooklyn?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Jackson now. His short throw caught by Goddard. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. To throw again is Jackson. Complete. Jefferson the target. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Bigsby is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Elliott good on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Motion man is Shakir. Allen. And that's complete to Cooks. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Allen going to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
It's 2nd and inches at the Eagles' 28-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Allen to throw once more. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here's Allen to throw it. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
To the air, Allen. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Prater's kick is good, and the Bills have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Devontae Smith now from his end zone. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 to score as we resume action on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Allen from the gun on third down. Allen, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Devontae Smith. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new, it worked there. Now it's Jackson. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Barkley inside handoff. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Now Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Barkley. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
4th down. Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The kick by Elliott is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bills ready to take over. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. And that's out quickly to Chase. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
1st down. Here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Throwing now is Allen. A quick throw there is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Allen now looks to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. A nice little juke. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the 1st half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Cook up the gut. Able to avoid him at the 40. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart, because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with, because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Allen. That is caught by Shakir. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. First and goal. To throw is Allen. Cook. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Second and goal at the 3-yard
Cook will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Extra point good by Prater. And that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Lamar Jackson in the offense, trailing 17-10, a little over 80 ticks to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson. Pass complete, got it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing line.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Here's 2nd down. Jackson to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. He's got his running back out of the backfield. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
you back now. Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, boy, I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked all the shack now. Still push a button to let.
So this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. Now Jackson. Smith catches left side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Throwing, Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Well, it came down to the final play in such a close ballgame. What a game it was, but they can't get that last throw off. Good job by that defense to get in there for the sack to seal it.
And for fans watching the game, a little bit anticlimactic, don't you think, partner? Not even able to get off one last throw to see how it would have turned out. Instead, pass rush got to him and ended it that way.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly.
Coming to you live from Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Tonight, a fun one on tap for us. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Play action now. Allen. Wilson carried by Brandon Cooks. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory. On 1st down, Allen. Has him on a quick hitter. Oh, but the fumble goes out of bounds. Oh, close call there.
I think that's one of those cases, Kate, where this defense wished that ball was round. You know, it's not, and it bounces in funny ways, and unfortunately for the defense there, it bounces the wrong way right out of bounds.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. And that's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yep.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
Allen gonna throw again. Coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Eagles get to it. And that turnover is gonna get him the football on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10 now from the 46. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he has this down to the 34. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. They go to Barkley again. Escapes the defender. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And they're going to bring him down, but what a great effort. He moves this all the way down inside the 10. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is 1st and goal. They give up the gut to Bigsby. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Tight end going in motion here. Pressure coming. It's Jackson. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Buffalo offense out there for their second drive of the contest. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Now Allen off the play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I can promise you that is a throw, and as a quarterback, when it leaves your hands, you do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB could cut off and take the other way.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Allen. Short pass brought in. A small gain up to about the 32. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Allen on 3rd down. It's caught. Chase has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. First down of the game for James Cook. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's down to almost, actually going to give him the 30 here. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our 1st quarter. It's the Eagles soaring to an early lead. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Cook trying this one up the gut. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who've got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
It's Allen out of the pistol. Hits him on the in route. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. So they fire for the end zone on 1st down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on 2nd and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Has it in close. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills start to fight back with their first points in this game. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's Smith on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Now bring the tight end in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. This is Jefferson, and he's got it. And he's going to have this down at the 42-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
1st down, Eagles.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down, here's Lamar. Goes right back to Jefferson, complete. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Brought in left side by Jefferson. And they get this down to the 28. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets them the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Lamar now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
On 1st down, Jackson. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out, as they'll meet decide what to do on this second down.
At the 6-yard line.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. So Buffalo's going to call it second timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Breaking the huddle, here's 1st and goal. Barkley takes this the wrong way. That's a loss all the way back to the 5. Now the Bills use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Makes the catch. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Allen now on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. They get 22 out of that play. And the Bills have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. Well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. 2nd down, Allen throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the 1st.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
So 1st down from the 41. To throw again, it's Allen. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
He was covered by Xavier McKinney.
The Bills sending out Matt Prater now. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. This is running out of gas, and it's going to be short. Looked like they had issues with that snap. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Now Prater on to send it away. Here's Smith on the return. Jukes away from one. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So to begin the third quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's second down.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Lamar off the play fake. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it. Right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, you know I love to say that the NFL game is a game of adjustments. You come out of halftime, and you know you've got to impact the quarterback. You got to get home, and it's exactly what they do on this opening drive.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try to miss the mark. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Allen on 3rd and short. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
They're bringing out Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away on 4th. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. Ooh, snaps a little off, but he adjusts and sends it away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a 1st down. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this 1st down. Allen on the play action. To the right side and wheeled in by Chase. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. To the air again, Allen.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Allen on third down. Short pass brought in. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be fourth down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Looking to throw. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. He dodged the tackle. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. He finds Brown right side. He works it down to the 37. Christian Benford up to make that stop.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
8 yards to go, and let's see how they approach this second down. That's Smith on the slant. And they are going to have to face a third down here, but only need a yard at most as this play picks up 7.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. Here's Lamar on the sneak. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
Come on, Kate. Put me in. One play, one time. I may have retired back in 04, but I could pick up a couple inches on that sneak. Astounding that call did not turn into a first down. Come on, boys.
He'll throw it. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs. And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action now with Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. And now they face 2nd down.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Back to the air, Allen. Catch made by Cooks. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. First down from the 42. Straight ahead, here's Cook. Dancing past him. And He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. Yeah, that's good for a Buffalo first.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. And you feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
40-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Play action now. Allen has it downfield. It's Chase. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Here's Cook. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. Quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
5th DB out there now. Big rep for this defense on 3rd and goal.
Hey, that's your man. That's your man.
He's back to throw. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills now trail by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Smith on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
Hits him on the out route. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Up the middle they go with Bigsby. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
It's a gain of 3. 1st down, Eagles.
From the gun, Jackson. Into traffic, complete. And he gets him 1 as we come up to the 2-minute warning.
We get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Back to throw. Brought in right side. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Bill is opting for dime coverage for this third down. Looking to throw it. He's making a bid for it. The stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
A gain of 12. And an Eagle first down.
First and 10 from the 43. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Eagles first down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Here's another carry for Barkley. Escapes the defender. Tackle made at the 10. First and goal coming up. Buffalo calls it second time out of the half. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Now the Bills use their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. Setting up to pass. Brings it in. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
From inside the 1, here's first and goal. Barkley. Will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. This game now resting on the leg of Jake Elliott. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. The kick is good. He got it! And he drills the chip shot to win them this game. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Huard and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Buffalo.